throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Parker. Picked off by Xavier Howard. Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! That's hard work.
What's good, Finn Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and we are back here for another one. Timothy knows what's up. My bad for being late. I hopped in a Quinn Miners thread, and I just made a comment, and he's texting me right now. So my bad. I was just responding to Quinn, and trying to see if I can still lock him in to come on the show. But I hope everyone's having a good night. I hope everyone's blessed, safe and healthy. I hope everyone, it's a Tuesday, we're right before hump day. So y'all know it, you don't know what it is. So anyways, yeah, we're going to get into a few things here. We're going to get into some comments that was made yesterday. Appreciate you, Chris. Some comments that were made yesterday by Saban regarding Tua Tagovailoa. He also talked about Devonta Smith's weight in the same little presser. And then we are also going to talk, we're going to go over the pro days at Ohio State and, it's mainly highlights for the Alabama Pro Day. We'll go over some more Razzes because, I've been showing you all the relative athletic scores. And then we're going to go over Dan Orlovsky's comments again, coming to bat for Tua, showing love for Tua. So y'all already know what time it is. Phinside, I don't know if I'm in a better mood. I'm here, bro. I'm tired as shit. So, yeah. So anyways, all right, guys. So let's get into some of these are Mac Jones highlights and lowlights. Let's be honest with ourselves. They're not all highlights. So shout out to Smart Guy in the comments. What's going on, buddy? One of the videos I have is actually one you posted to Twitter. So which training video are you talking about, Fins Up? The one where he's getting balance? I had that on the show yesterday, I believe. So all right, let's hop in to Bama's second pro day because it it was you know what I mean? It had its moments. So just want to go over here. All right. So let's get into it. I guess let's start off with the Bama stuff. Let's start off with the lowlights because the lowlights. Let's save the good for last because Jesus Louises, it was not very pretty for your boy, at least especially compared to what Justin Fields put out there today. So yeah, let's start off with the lowlights because So all right, in case you haven't seen, Mac was out there today. He hit the roof. He was overthrowing, underthrowing. It wasn't that great. So we got a couple of videos of lowlights of Mac we'll get into. And then we'll start showing a couple Devonta Smith clips. All right. So let's go. So this is the first one we got here.
See what you want about Home Alone 2. Well, he's starting right off here. The deep scout had given me was Isaac Bruce. When you look at the build.
Look at this overthrow. Look at this. Overthrow. Guys, people are trying to convince us that he's better than Tua. Look at this. Overthrow. Underthrow, sorry. Here's another overthrow right over the head. Here's another overthrow. And what's crazy is Shanahan and Belichick were in the building today, so he couldn't have picked a worse day. He literally could not have picked a worse day. He couldn't have picked a worse day. Like, let's be honest, man. For him to like really go out and have a bad day. It just he really couldn't have. Here's one of them too. I want y'all to watch who starts shaking their head after this goes down. It's not very
North Dakota State.
Well, the thing about the North Dakota State is when you talk to, as you look
and
at
what
Coach
does it
Belichick
do?
and Josh McDaniels.
It cuts to Belichick and
But they didn't go to
McDaniels.
North Dakota State.
Well, the thing about the North Dakota State is when you talk to, as you look at Coach Belichick and
It is,
Josh
man. It's just like, nope. Belichick's like, why
They
didn't
didn't
you
go to
come
North
out?
Dakota State.
Well,
for
the
Bama.
thing about the North Dakota State is
Nope.
when you talk to, as you
Not
look at
good.
Coach Belichick and
Not
Josh McDaniels.
good. Not good.
Right. But they didn't go to North Dakota State.
Well, the thing
Look at
about
that.
the North Dakota State is when you talk to, as you look at Coach Belichick and Josh McDaniels.
Oh my God! Show me how you're not getting drafted in the top 15 in
But they didn't go to
one
North Dakota
video.
State.
Well, the thing about the North Dakota State is when
No,
you talk to, as you look
no,
at
we're
Coach
good.
Belichick and
We're
Josh McDaniels.
good. We're good. We're gonna take Parsons at 15. If he slips, he's out. Oh my God! Oh, oh, I've been telling y'all Mac Jones is shit for I don't know how long, and I stand by that statement. Oh, this guy is just brutal. And then here's the one. Shout out to Kat from on the Phinside. Just blew up for him. He got almost 3,000 likes on this one. So here you go. This is now let's look at Kyle Shanahan's reaction to the situation. All right. Fake, little pump fake. Overthrows by quarter mile. And that's the look of a man who's saying, why did I not go to the Ohio State Pro Day? Oh my God, I love it. One more time. Little shoulder fake, puts it up. And here is the look of Kyle Shanahan. What am I doing here? Kyle Shanahan is asking himself, why did I even come here? That's what he's saying. All right. One more time, because it's classic. This is classic. This is, yo, what am I doing here with my life? This is amazing stuff. One more time. Whoop! What am I doing with my life? Hi, my name's Kyle Shanahan. You might be wondering why I'm here.
Throwing a session at a pro day workout.
Oh, man. Hilarious. But everyone tries to tell us Mac better than Tua. Are you crazy? Are you absolutely like lost? In that moment, you know what he said to himself? Shit, I might have to stick with Jimmy G. That's what he said. Am I taking Panay at 3? Oh my God, all that smoke they've been trying to feed you. It ain't happening. Mac at 3, okay? It's either going to be, if Wilson goes, it's going to be Fields. If Wilson goes at 2, it's going to be Fields. If Fields goes at 2, it's going to be Wilson or Trey Lance. Probably Wilson. So anyone trying to sell y'all, I said, yo, I don't know if anyone saw my tweet today. I said Mac Jones out here thinking he could sling it like a Mac 10, when in reality, he's not even a McDowell's. And any of you who have seen Coming to America, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyways, so there were some highlights, but I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. They were courtesy of the homie Devonta Smith. Guys, this guy is so smooth in and out of his breaks. The best route runner in this draft, hands down. You know, it's him or Waddle at 6 for me if we're taking a receiver. You know, don't even hit me with that Jamar Chase bullshit. So let's go in right now. Devonta Smith is just so special at running routes, man. This guy is just like, he's so legit, man.
Well, that's the first thing. When I talked to David Morris, who's right there in that white collared shirt next to Mac.
Ooh,
nice
good throw by Mac on that, though. That's a good throw by Mac.
Devontae. Yep.
That's a good throw by Mac. Look at
that's
that
the first thing.
breakout.
When I talked to David Morris, who's
Slug
right there
and
in
go.
that white collared shirt next
Slug
to
and
Mac.
go.
A nice deep ball here. Is
Good
that
ball.
Smitty?
Look at that.
That's Devonta. Yep.
Oh my God. One more time, because it's just so
Well,
smooth.
that's the first thing. When I talked to David
Buttery
Morris, who's right there in
smooth.
that white collared shirt
It's
next
like
to
butter.
Mac. A nice deep ball here. Is
Oh.
that Smitty? That's Devonta. Yep.
Smitty, you are the absolute man.
Well, that's the first thing. When I talked to David Morris, who's right there in that white
Come on,
collared
word.
shirt
And
next
yo,
to Mac.
I don't know if y'all
A nice
noticed
deep
it
ball
today.
Here. Is that
Good ball.
Smitty?
I don't know if y'all saw it.
That's Devonta. Yep.
Smith looks a lot bigger than what he normally does. I don't know if y'all saw it today, but Smith out here, he looks bigger than he normally does. I'm just saying, Smith looks like he's packing it on, bro. So, hold on. Smitty's the deal. Smitty's the real deal. That's what I'm telling y'all. Don't be sad if we take him at 6, man. Don't be sad. You're getting like a savvy route runner, man. You're getting a guy who can high point footballs. I mean, you're getting, Waddle and him are 1A and 1B for me. The only reason why I had Waddle above him is I'm getting 4.2 speed, and I know in his first year, Waddle can contribute in more ways than just a receiver. Like he can be on special teams, his kick return and punt return, which when you look at how deep our receiving corps is right now, that's going to be key for him to get reps and the ball in his hands. So I'm just saying, everyone's out there like kind of like, oh, da 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 da. I'm just saying, why would I say I told you so if the Dolphins select Chase? I don't want Jamar Chase. What are you talking about, Paul? All right. So one more little highlight here. Here it is. Boom. Look at the ups on this man. Look at it. Whoop. Look at the ups. NFL catch too. Got both feet in. Whoop. Oh, beautiful. One more time. One more time. Damn, what a beast. Man, like, look at the ups on that guy. Hold on, I'm just locking him in. I'm just locking Quinn in right now. Hold on. So I can give you a time, guys. Current. So I've locked him in, it looks like. So we'll be going this Friday, guys. Quinn Miners will be on the show at 4 p.m. Eastern. All right. So there you go. Quinn Miners will be on the show on Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll break it down with Quinn, and we'll ask him some questions. If you have any questions that you want to ask Quinn, it's simple. Email me, PhinsideTheNFL@gmail.com, and I'll ask your questions. I got no problem doing that. You already know what time it is. So hit me up, PhinsideTheNFL@gmail.com. Have your question or questions. If you have multiple, I may only use one. If they're good enough, I'll use all of them. And then I will credit you for your questions. And so there you go. Quinn Miners, 4 p.m. Eastern. right here on Phinside the NFL. We'll break it down. I'll pick his brains, or his brain, sorry. And yeah, so Quinn Miners will be on the show Friday, guys, just so you know. But anyways, back to the Bama Pro Day. I gotta say this. Mac was a low light. Smith was a highlight. And even Najee was out there running some pretty nice routes because Najee was out there today. I guess he's out there. Jalen Waddle's still rehabbing that foot, getting over that injury. That's a good question, Renard. How many polar bears do you wrestle? There you go. There you go. So yeah, locked in. Just hold on a sec. I just gotta do something quick. Hold on, give me 1 sec, guys. Boom, done. Diddy. All right, so yeah, Quinn Miners. Man, I need to blow my nose right now. I don't know what is going on. I'm gonna wait for y'all to come on. Yeah, I agree, Larry. Najee's route running today looked really good. Eric, I actually wanted to show something here. I'm gonna show you guys before we get into it. I have an interview I wanted to show you guys too. So if you guys didn't know, they did an interview with Smith after the pro day happened. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about so you guys can see. We'll watch the interview together. Y'all know what time it is. Twitter. So let me bring that video up right now for you guys. All right. Give me 1 second here. Quinn's jokes, to be honest with you. Now we're talking about Girl Scout cookies. All right. All right. So let's bring that up for you guys so you can see exactly what I'm talking about with that interview that he had, because he said some interesting stuff. So I'll bring it up for you guys right now. And I will, don't worry, smart guy, I'll queue up that interview too. And guys, my comments have frozen right now, so you got to give me a sec with that too. So all right. So this is the interview today.
Heisman winner Devonta Smith. This morning I was like, I don't think he's working out. And I was thinking, hearing from people you weren't going to work out. What did you have to do to get the hand ready, the finger ready? And when did you decide you were going to participate in this workout?
Well, I woke up. I had in my mind yesterday I wasn't going to do nothing. So I came in. Me and Doc got a heavy leg workout in this morning. And then just talking to my mentor and some people, and it's just go out there and just do a little something just to show that your hand is good, you don't have nothing to worry about and things like that. So and then Mac, we've been catching passes the past few days, and it was just like, yeah, if you're gonna do something, just let me know. I mean, you can just hop in wherever you want to and just do something. So, and then just the competitor in me just came out and just like, all right, let me just go out here and do something, help Mac out.
You mentioned that competitor. I was talking to some people right before the workout. They're like, he may do a couple, but knowing Devonta's probably that'll go into more. Did you end up doing more than you originally thought maybe you would do once you started getting the legs going?
Yeah, I had a certain number that I was gonna come out here and do. I for sure did more than that.
And you mentioned the workout and the legs, and I know you and I talked about the weight and everything, but when I talk to teams, they say you play much stronger than you look. And I'm just kind of curious how that plays into your thinking, the way you play. Is that something that you do believe, breaking arm tackles, all that stuff, is something that is a part of your game?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's just you just being a ball carrier. When you get the ball, you never want to let the first person bring you down. So just doing as much as you can, just getting as many yards as you can. That's just the mentality I have.
You mentioned the mentality. Steve Sarkisian has told some teams that you're the smartest receiver he's ever worked with. How much do you use that mental advantage when you get out there on Saturdays, and now it'll be on Sundays when you're breaking down corners?
You use it a lot. I mean, when you lining up, you can just see what a guy's finna do. When a defense is doing something a certain way, rotating a certain way, you just know what they're finna do. So I always felt like I was one step ahead.
What about your quarterback today? Do you think he proved to everyone that he is athletic enough as?
So there was it is, man, because he gets into talking about, Mac. We don't really care about that. So another little interesting thing that came yesterday. That wasn't me breathing. That was actually from the video. I think it was like the cameraman or something like that. I have no idea. I was sitting here setting up me coming back in because your comments had frozen on me. So, the kid's confident in himself, and why shouldn't he be, man? You know what I mean? Like, the kid's out here really actually doing it. So everyone just wants to hate on him, just because he doesn't want to do the norm at his pro day. You know what I mean? So I ain't hating. Let him do what he's got to do, man. It's his life. So, all right. I'm going to show you guys. Remember, Landon Dickerson tore his ACL in the SEC championship game. If you did not see what was happening today in Mac Jones' interview, it was absolutely hilarious. So let's take a look at that. It was absolutely jokes.
And for everything, I had a script for Waddle and Smitty and just Smitty, so and then none of them.
Look in the
so
background.
The
Landon's out here doing.
Anyways, there's Landon.
Certainly, Landon Dickerson.
Oh my God!
All-American.
This guy's out here.
So I was planning for everything. I had a script for Waddle and Smitty and just Smitty, so
one more
and then none
time.
of them. So I had all the thought process planned out, but. Anyways, there's Landon.
That's hilarious.
Certainly, Landon Dickerson, the center, All-American.
Absolutely joke. Y'all thought I was gone, didn't you? So yeah, good stuff from Landon Dickerson. It's crazy that we see him doing that kind of stuff. I got so much stuff open, it's ridiculous right now. Like, Jesus. Like, I shut down I literally thought I was sharing that video, and so I clicked to close the tab and realized, oh crap, I was sharing it through StreamYard, not like actually through another channel. So goddamn. I'm alive. Tomorrow, there's going to be a lot going on too. I'll be back tomorrow with my edge, big board. I don't know, man. I might even actually push my edge big board to Thursday because we got Pitts' pro day tomorrow. And I think we have the LSU pro day tomorrow as well. So I might push my edge big board till Thursday because I want to go in on that stuff. So we'll see what happens there. I'll let y'all know what's going on in terms of my edge. I don't want to blend them in the same show. I want the edge big board to be its own show, like how I did the wide receiver and stuff. So I don't think anything crazy is popping in terms of pro days on April 1st. Let me check right now. I'm just making sure. I don't think there is anything crazy on April 1st in terms of pro days. That might be my down day where I can drop this. I gotta also record the finish line that day too. April 1st. Just bringing up my pro day list here. Because tomorrow we're going to be going in. We got Pitts, Tony, and Kadarius Tony, Jamar Chase, Terrace Marshall. Notre Dame has their pro day. Wake Forest's pro day. Okay, so Thursday has Bateman's pro day. And also Tevin Jenkins pro day too. But I can cover those on my luck is Rashad's going to ball out and I'm going to have to talk about it. So I might push my board to Thursday just because of the important pro days that are tomorrow. Smart guy Panay Sewells is on the 2nd. It's on Friday. So, and your boy going live for that. So, because Zavin Collins also has the Tulsa has their pro day that day too. So I think I will be I think I'll be dropping. I think I'll be doing my board now on Thursday. It's done. It's just because of the pro day stuff. So I just got a little few touch ups to do to the video, but I could have had it ready tomorrow, no problem, anyways. So I'll do it on Friday, just because there are a lot of. Yeah, I did. Yo, Javon, I did see the picture of Panay. Panay is like, if y'all haven't seen it yet, good God, here, I'll bring it up. Because now you got me going on this little like foray over here. Panay, damn, that man, like, that guy is built like a freaking wrestler, bro. Like, if y'all haven't seen it yet, Panay is built like a damn wrestler. It's ridiculous. So this is what Panay looks like right now. He's absolutely jacked. Pause. So, I mean, it's my boy right there. Y'all know what time it is. Been leading that train for like over a year, ever since I mentioned him last November on TD Fins Talk. So I think he's gonna be there at 6, guys. I think Chase is gonna go at 5. I think he's legitimately gonna be there. Because Rashawn Slater kind of makes a lot more sense at 5 for them because they need interior help. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And the thing is, if Panay falls at 6, how do you turn away that value? That's crazy value, man. That's like stupid nuts value. So, got to watch out for Atlanta, though, because it makes a lot of sense if Atlanta's going to go in and take them. But, man, I really went off the rails there, eh? All the way from a Bama Pro Day to this. All right. So, let me just check a few things here. All right, so let's get in because the Ohio State Pro Day, for all of you that are wanting a linebacker, had a lot of interesting stuff. A guy you guys have heard me mention over and over again, Baron Browning, had an absolutely massive day at the Ohio State Pro Day. But obviously, we're going to talk about Justin Fields a little bit here because Justin Fields was out here just running 4.4 40s and making throws that were just stupid. So, all right. I don't think Atlanta's going to take Pitts because they don't run a lot of 12-man personnel and they already have Hayden Hurst. So I'm not really that worried about Pitts going at 4, to be completely honest with you. All right. So here we go. So Ohio State had their pro day today. First, let's go. We'll hop in. We'll watch the 40, some throws from Justin Fields. And then, because this is clearly what they traded up for, if he doesn't go at 2, he's probably going to go 3. Because a lot of people, I saw Matt Miller said he had an NFL scout text him and said that was one of the best pro days he's seen. All right. And then we'll get into relative athletic scores. And then we're going to get into some comments Nick Saban made about Tua Tagovailoa. And then we'll get into Dan Orlovsky talking about Tua again. So here is Justin Fields 40. Justin Fields went out and he absolutely blazed it.
Guy Pro Day and Justin Fields, not just throwing today, the quarterback running as well. That his 40-yard dash will have his time for you coming up. This is a dude that ran for over 1,000 yards in his career. Will have his time for you coming up. This is a dude that ran for over 1,000 yards in his career. 19 touchdowns
and
on
he ended
the ground
up
and expecting to see a
that
really
was a 4.45, guys.
A little bit of a stumble
the
there.
Guy put up a 4.45 and he
we'll have
stumbled.
Justin Fields' 40 time coming up here for you shortly
Like
as well.
That is crazy.
His throwing session.
Like that is crazy. 4.45 and he stumbled. If he didn't stumble, he would have hit 4.43, 4.42 probably. Like that is blazing for a quarterback, guys. Like, good God. Shout out to Irving, $2 donation. Says Penei Sewell looks like Thanos in that pick. Yes, he does, man. And then if you guys didn't have a chance to see any of the big highlight throws that he made today, here's a couple of them for you. Big throw by Justin Fields, man. And then obviously the one that everyone's out here talking about today is this one that I'm going to show you guys. So let's get this rolling. This is a big throw. He actually made this throw. I think we're legitimately going to have quarterbacks go through 1 through 4. I think Atlanta's either going to take they're going to either take the predecessor to Matt Ryan, or I truly believe they're going to trade back with a team that wants a quarterback. It just makes way too much sense, man. Like it just makes way too much sense. So good for you, Justin. You absolutely murdered it today. So let's get into some of the numbers. And because Trey Sermon went today too, right? So here are your official. Let's start at the top here. So Trey Sermon, who a lot of people are interested in, he measured in at just over 6 feet, just under 6.5 feet. It's just 6 foot and a half inch. He weighed about 215. His hands 9 3/4, arms 33 3/8. His hands were 9 3/8. His wingspan was 7 1/8. His 40, he put up a 4.60 and a 4.57. His vert was 37 inches for a man 215. Good God. And his broad was 10.5. His short shuttle was 4.28, and his 3 cone was impressive at 6.83. I don't really care about Jonathan Cooper. Justin Fields came in at just over 6'2.5", weighed 227. The man is jacked. Pause. His hands were 9 1/8. His arm was 32.5. His wingspan was 74 3/4, and his 40-yard was 4.45 with that stumble. Baron Browning, guys, who's a perfect scheme fit for what we want to do. In terms of when you're looking at linebacker, he can play middle or he can step up and play off the ball. And he was at the Senior Bowl. He measured in at 6 foot, same as Justin Fields, just a tick over 6'2.5". Weighed in at 245. He had hands of 9 7/8. He had a arm length of 33.5, a wingspan of 79 inches. Buddy, he ran a 4.58 and a 4.59. For a man his size playing linebacker, that is highly impressive. He put up a 40-inch vert. And look at his broad, 10.10. Absolutely crazy, man. His short shuttle was 4.23. He put up a 6.78 3 cone, which is really good for a man his size. And he put up 23 bench reps at 225 pounds. Unbelievable. Another linebacker, he's been marred with injury, but he really showed up this year when he was good. Justin Hilliard, he came over just under 6 feet and a half, weighing 229. You see his measurables there. He ran a 4.84 and a 4.81. Nothing really crazy. He did put up 27 bench reps. Pete Werner, another guy a lot of us have been talking about. Up here, I've been talking about. I really wish I could have dropped my linebacker stuff, but because of what we did, I'm not going to be dropping a linebacker big board. in terms of getting McKinney. If we didn't get McKinney, you would have got it. And it's done in terms of like my notes are taken for players and the order. By the way, on Patreon, you guys are going to get a first look at my Edge big board tomorrow. I will be dropping it on Patreon for y'all to see how everyone panned out. So Pete Werner, 6'2", just a little over 6'2 and a half, 238, 9-inch hands. Arms are 33 inches and a quarter. His wingspan was 79 and a quarter. His 40-yard, he put up a 4.64 and a 4.58. His vertical was 39 and a half. He had a 10.2 broad jump. He had a 4.38 short shuttle, and he had a 3-cone of 6.95, and he bench pressed impressively 20 reps. So the one that really put it up was the defensive tackle, Tommy Tiagi. He put up a 40 bench reps. And then for all of y'all interested in Wyatt Davis and Josh Myers, Wyatt Davis came in just at 6 feet 3 inches and a half. He weighed 315, 9.18 hands, 33 and 7/8 arms. He had a wingspan of 79 and 1/8. He didn't compete in the broad jump, the vert, or any shuttles or the 3-cone. He put up 25 bench reps. Now, Josh Myers came in a little over 6'5". He weighed in at 310. He had hands of 10.38. He had 32-inch arms, which obviously you're on the inside. That's why you hear me talking about Rashawn Slater and his 33-inch arms. His wingspan was 77 and 3/8, and he put up 29 bench reps. And because he's nursing a foot injury, he did not partake in anything crazy in terms of testing. So there are your pro day measurables for everyone. A player I wanted to talk about, because I know shout out to Martin, sleeper in 2022 draft. Yes, sir. Jeremy Ruckert, tight end from Ohio State. The tight end class next year is so freaking strong. A player I wanted to talk about was Tutu Atwell. If you guys didn't see today, Tutu measured in at just a little over 5 foot 8 inches and a half. And he put up I think he put up a 4.42. Let me check. Yeah, he put up a 4.42 and a 4.43. The problem was with Tutu Atwell. He weighed in at 155 pounds. Y'all were out here worried about Devonta Smith, and Tutu Atwell out here weighing in at 155 pounds. It ain't good. I'm going to tell you right now, he's probably going to go undrafted, or he's going to be a late day 3 pick. 5'8 and a half. I think he's 5'8 and 7/8. And weighing in at 155, buddy, you're done. Sorry. Ain't no one taking a high pick on that. No one is taking a high pick on that. Tutu, like you, buddy. It's a wrap, though. A running back prospect that will be on my running back big board in some capacity, Javion Hawkins, today, he ran a 4.46 and a 4.48. He put up a 36-inch vert. He put a 9.8 broad. He put a 4.23 short shuttle and a 6.98 3-cone. So, other than that, there weren't really. I know Kellen Mond had his pro day, but I mean, do we really care? No. A guy who y'all gonna have to pay attention to now. He's more of a defensive tackle because he's an end technically, but I actually do have him in the honorable mentions of my big board. Cam Sample, he went out today and he had a big day. A guy who y'all know I've been hyping up from Washington as a defensive tackle, Levi Onwuzurike, he went out today. He came out at just over 6'2 and a half. He weighed in at 290, which I predicted because I told y'all he was about 291. His hands were 10. He would be an end in our defense. His hands were 10 inches and 1/8. His 33-inch arms. He put a 4.85 and a 4.89 40, which is crazy. He only had a 30-inch vert and a 9-1 broad, but he had 29 bench press reps. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Another guy for y'all to keep in mind, 2 names. One, Elijah Molden, who y'all know you've heard me talk about. He came in just under he was 5'9" and just under 5'9 and a half. He weighed 192. He put up a 4.62 and a 4.59 40. He had a 36.5-inch vert and a 10 foot 5-inch broad jump. Now, a guy who's going to be very high on my big board, my edge big board that's coming to y'all. I'm not going to tell you the number, but I really love this kid. And then you've heard me talk about him. Joe Tryon from Washington. He did his measurables today. Man, he came in at 6'5", 259. His hands are 10 inches and a quarter. He had 34-inch arms. He had an 82 and 3/4 wingspan. He put up a 4.64 and a 4.69 40 at 259. He had a 35-inch vert, a 9.8 broad. He had his short shuttle was 4.36, and he had a 7.18, which is pretty good for an edge, 3 cone, and he put up 22 bench reps. So he's a guy, I love me some Joe Tryon. He's amazing. If y'all haven't watched him, go check him out. Y'all will really like him, man. He's a perfect scheme fit for what we do too. You're gonna see him on my edge board anyways. So Tryon's an absolute monster. All right, and then here's the other one, Cam Sample, because Tulane had theirs today. He came in at 6'2", just over 6'2" and a half. He weighed in at 267. His arms were 33 and 3/8. He had a 40 of 4.79 and 4.81. He had a 37-inch vert. His broad jump was 9 foot 8 inches. He had a short shuttle of 4.48 and his 3 cone of 7.39. He put up 23 bench reps. So he's actually in my honorable mentions. So I ain't walling out. And then, y'all know I've been talking about this man. Perfect nose tackle fit. The only thing is you wouldn't want to take him off the field because he's just as good against the pass as he is against the run. Alim McNeil, because NC State, they had their pro days today. Alim McNeil came in at just over 6'1 and a half feet, 317, 9.38 hands, 32 5'8 arms, wingspan of 79 inches. He ran a 4.94 and a even 5. He had a vert of 30.5 inches. He had a broad of 9 feet even. He had a short shuttle of 4.59. His 3 cone wasn't that great, but he's a big boy, right? 317. So it came in at 7.71, and he put up 27 bench presses. So absolute stud, man. Hold on a sec. Just hitting. Now that is me breathing right there. I will admit to that one. All right, so let's get into some razzes from today. Some good stuff going on. I don't know, Clump's blowing me up right now. So all right, let's keep it rolling. Some razzes for y'all. So because you only had a few to go with here, in terms of let me just bring these up. In terms of with that boy. Oh, 1 second. Justin Hilliard. I don't really care about that. Baron Browning, I do care about. Let's show y'all that. Okay, so We're going to get into, we'll look at Justin Fields quick. We will look at Pete Warner. We will look at Baron Browning, and we will go ahead and we will look at Trey Sermon, because I know obviously we are in it for a running back right now. Last I checked. So, all right. So let's start off with Justin Fields. Now, with Justin Fields, you got to remember he didn't really do everything. So, bear with me here. Justin Fields only has some measurables that were taken. So here's Justin Fields measurables. So if you look at his composite speed grade, it's elite for his size. He put up, and the splits are projected. 4.45, 2.6, 120, and a 1.54, 10. Those are like super, super elite, like super crazy. We all knew he would blaze it. And I remember, if you go back, the receipts out there on TD Fins Talk, what did I say? I said he was almost at, literally, you can go back, because I used to defend Justin Fields against DM and all these people. You can go back and find the receipts. They're there. I used to defend, because I was very high on Justin Fields. I still am. Okay, I used to defend this kid all the time against the Lawrence people and all this stuff. And I used to say the kid's almost as athletic as Lamar Jackson, except he's a way better passer, way better polished passer. And here we go. It's right there in front of you right now. I spoke it and it came into an existence. I don't know what else to say. So, if you go back to TD Fins Talk, I was the one upping Justin Fields last year when no one was talking about him or trying to take dumps on the kid. So, I was a little bit ahead of the curve. Hey, man, I was the first person in the whole community that named Trey Lance. I started talking about Trey Lance on TD Fins Talk. Then all of a sudden, all these articles started coming out about Trey Lance. Really, you can go back and do the research, man. I ain't lying to y'all. I never do. So, Trey Sermon went ahead and he had a pretty good day today. And when we go look at what Trey Sermon did, when we put it into a vacuum, guys, Trey Sermon, he ranked 135 out of 1,466 running backs from 1987 to 2021 on a RAS with a 9.09. I mean, you look at the height, 6 feet. The weight, obviously, he could probably shed a little bit. But you go look at his vert, you look at his broad, like his composite explosion, like he's an explosive player. His speed obviously leaves a little bit to be desired, but I keep telling people, Ricky ran a 4.56. And I really don't know. Again, ask Rhino. Trey Sermon, I was the first one talking about Trey Sermon out here. And I put Rhino onto Trey Sermon, and Rhino loves Trey Sermon now. So again, another player that I kind of open eyes to. And man, he, on my running back big board, he's pretty high. He's a really good player. It's just a question of, can he stay healthy? Right? Like that's all it's going to come down to with Trey Sermon. That's it. Right? Like that's the only question is, can you stay healthy for a full season? That's the only question. Literally. All right. Baron Browning. Oh boy. That homie Baron Browning right now, guys. Baron Browning is an absolute freak. So he scored a 9.98. As you can see, he's by their composition, he's explosive by the vertical and the broad. His speed, 4.5 for his, like, that's crazy, man. And his splits, I believe, are projected. His shuttle and his 3-cone. I mean, he's agile. He's speedy. He's explosive. He's got great size. You want me to hit y'all with the facts? So, Baron Browning scored a 9.98, as you can see, out of a possible 10. This ranks 5th out of 2,118 linebackers who have had relative athletic scores done from 1987 to 2021. 5th. 5. All of y'all talking about Jabril Cox today on Larry's show. Baron Browning is the one y'all should be talking about. It's my boy right there. Okay, I've been talking about this kid for a while now. Baron Brown, since the Senior Bowl, I've been really hyping him up to you guys. Baron Browning is legit. All right? All right. I'm telling you right now, y'all know I love Jamin Davis. I love all those guys. Baron Browning, because he can work inside out. I'm telling you, he's a very diverse player, man. Baron Browning, he's legit, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a guy I'd be targeting on day 2 if he's there, if we're taking a linebacker. Baron Browning is ideal for what we want to run scheme-wise. So, yeah. All right, next one. Another guy that you've heard me talk about, Pete Werner, also from the Ohio State. Pete Werner, he had a great day. If you look, obviously he showed off his speed. He's obviously a little bit agile. He showed off a little bit of his that he's pretty explosive as well. Correct. So, if you go look at Pete Werner, Pete Werner, who, I mean, obviously he put up a 9.49. This ranked 110th out of 2,118 linebackers from 1987 to 2021. Absolutely crazy. But Baron Browning obviously comes away as the big winner from the pro day today. Like, huge stuff from Baron Browning. And Pete Werner, and obviously Justin Fields. Justin Fields just absolutely killed his pro day, man. What else can you say about the kid? Like, seriously, absolutely good stuff. All right, so I want to get into this before I open it up to you guys. This article here will follow along with me. Yeah, it is, Rhino. You're right. You're dead on. So let's get into what Nick Saban had to say about Tua Tagovailoa. So it goes on here, blah, 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 blah. It talks about, insisted there's no special relationship with the franchise he once led. He said, I think Chris Greer does a great job. He was there when I was there. We have a long-time relationship, but I think he's going to make all professional decisions relative to what they need and how they evaluate our players as an organization. Now, he goes on about Devonta Smith here, right? He says, I'll be honest with you. When we recruited Devonta Smith, he weighed 159 pounds, and I wish he was bigger. Now he weighs 170 pounds, and I think people at the next level are saying, I wish he was bigger. But there are bigger people who don't perform anywhere near how he performs. Agreed. There are people that are bigger than him that don't have the competitive spirit or the toughness that he has. Tell me how many receivers are tougher than he is, that block better, that play more physical than he does. Maybe there's a time where you say this guy really overcomes the fact that he isn't the biggest guy in the world and he plays the game really, really well. And I don't think anybody can argue that fact. So, when talking about Najee Harris, he said, I think if you check the record, every running back we've had here since we came here has been a 3rd-round pick or better in terms of the draft, how they got drafted. So we're very proud of that in terms of the quality of guys we've been able to recruit, but also how they've developed in the program here. And Najee is, I think, an exceptional player. He's got great size. He's a really good receiver. He's instinctive as a runner. He's tough. He's hard to tackle, and he kind of gets better as the game goes on. He's got really, really positive attributes. He's always been a really, really good team guy here. I love the guy, and I think he'll be a really, really good player at the next level. So Saban said a lot of the same stuff about Tua Tagovailoa. So, he was asked to evaluate Tua, and Saban acknowledges he didn't watch a Dolphins game in 2020, and he said, I believe if you go back, it's because he said they work on Sundays and Mondays. So he said, I don't think it's fair for me to evaluate what he did or didn't do or how he progressed. I know there's a lot written about it. I know he's a hard worker, and there's a lot of pride and performance. I know there's a lot of improvement from the first year to the second year, in most cases going to that level or going from high school to here. We think Tua will have a great career. He'll continue to work hard and develop really nicely. So there you go. He went to bat for Tua. So, hey, you got to appreciate it. You got to, and no, Robert Waddle isn't going to run. It's over. So gotta love it, man. Saban's still going to bat for the homie Tua. And then before I open it up to you guys, there's one more thing I wanted to show everyone. And it's what Dan Orlovsky had to say with Mike Tannenbaum on Get Up today. So let's get into this, okay, guys?
And it's a pretty simple question. Is Tua Tagovailoa better than a quarterback the Dolphins would have got, or whoever is going to be taken as the third quarterback in this draft? Is Tua better?
Oh, I think so. I still think Tua is going to be a special player at the position in the NFL. I think this, for the Dolphins, believe what they do, not what they say. And what they did was prove to Tua that they've got high expectations and aspirations for him, Greeny. I love the move from Miami. I think the conversation of moving off from Tua Tagovailoa is absolutely stupid. He's played like 9 games with a subpar offense line and subpar skill group. Yes, folks, the 17-year NFL veteran who played for him in the 7th year of that scheme played better at times. That should not shock anybody. Tua still has the 2 things that you need to excel at that position in the NFL long term. Can you think and can you throw? Tua can think and he can throw.
Put Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts or one of those guys on this team, Dominique. Are the Dolphins ready to contend?
So there you go. Again, Dan Orlovsky coming to bat for Tua Tagovailoa to the point where he said he thinks Tua is better than any quarterback we could have got at number 3. Guys, don't take it from me. Don't take it from me. You know, the guy who broke down every snap, the guy who played the position up to the collegiate level up here in Canada. Don't take it from me, man. Start taking it from these guys who played it at the NFL level who are going to bat for Tua Tagovailoa. Should you really, you know, Kurt Warner went to bat for him. Dan Orlovsky's going to bat for him. I'm just sitting there saying, guys, don't take it from me. Don't take it from me at all. So, absolute, you know, you got to love that they're defending our quarterback on a national stage. There's some people that are smart enough to do it, man. So appreciate all of those media members that go out on a limb for our quarterback. So guys, I'm going to drop the link right now for any of you guys that want to come up and talk about this stuff, man. You know, so let's see what the people are starting to pile up right here right now. So let's open it up. Rhino, what's going on, buddy?
Can I borrow the show for a second, man?
Yeah, sure.
Mods.
Should I wait to bring in the other people and just let you go?
It's your choice, but it's about fake. It's about Fake Spike. He sent me an email. We all love Fake Spike. He's a great Dolphin fan, a great fan of yours. His wife is also a big Dolphin fan and a big fan of yours. Unfortunately, she had some bad news. She got diagnosed with COVID. Her name is Nikki. And I'd like to ask everyone to please send her some best wishes and positive energy for her to get through this. And we love you, Spike and Nikki.
Yeah, man. Like Spike is always showing love in the comments. He's always donating. He's one of my first Patreons as well. So obviously sending nothing but love, well wishes, and blessings to Fake Spike's wife, Nikki, I believe you said her name was.
Yes.
Man, I hope you get through it because, you know, we already had one family member of Phinside go through the rough aspect of it, you know, with Darth Vader. So, man, this is a serious thing. All you people out there that are saying, oh, it doesn't exist. Oh, it's a conspiracy, whatever. No, this is real life. So shout out to Fake Spike 94. Shout out to Nikki. I hope she pulls through it, man. And you know what? I ain't religious, but I'll be praying for you tonight, my friend.
Sir. Thanks for doing that, Reason.
Oh, no worries, man. Martin, what's going on? Red Comet, how you guys doing?
What's going on, pretty man? Good. Yourself?
Hey, boys.
We're pretty good, man. I know y'all probably got something to say about that Baron Browning relative athletic score.
He looked good. Good.
His tape is really good too.
Yeah, and again, put like we always say, we don't put too much stock into the pro days, but when you see numbers like that, you definitely have to do a double take and then, you know, go back to the tape and see, you know, what did it show up, you know, during certain situations in certain games. And can it transition into the NFL? And if we're saying that, Browning's tape is like that, this guy might slip into like the late first, early second, just by, how he's been, stacking up different, just stacking up different opportunities, and he's just checking all the boxes, really.
What did you guys think about the Bama Pro Day?
It's a big facility.
It's a big facility.
Sorry to interrupt you, Bill.
Mac Jones isn't getting drafted in the first round.
That's crazy.
I made a bad joke saying Mac Jones is going to be an undrafted free agent, but he'll be like he won't get drafted in the first round, but teams are going to reach like in the second to kind of say, okay, we got Mac Jones, we can work with them. But outside of Mac Jones, Smitty was off the chain. Najee Harris is off the chain. I love Najee. If he is there at 18, which I highly doubt he will be, he just looks like too good of a prospect to some teams. I would think. If he's there at 18, man, do we take him?
I think they do, bro. I think they pigeonholed themselves where they almost have to now.
Yeah.
That's the problem I think that they've done. Sorry, Powerhouse. I wasn't even on I just noticed you right now. I wasn't even on this page right now. Yeah, I think they pigeonholed themselves where they have to, because let's ask ourselves the question. They really like Etienne. That's clear as day. Are either one of those guys, and if they like Javonte Williams because they were at the pro day, are any of those guys going to be sitting at 36? Probably not, bro.
No, we got the Bills and then the Steelers and possibly Jets in the second round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you got the Bills you got to worry about too, right?
They just signed an offensive tackle today, so.
Yeah, you got to look out, because Matt Brady ain't the long-term answer in Buffalo. Let's not lie to ourselves right now, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, if they pass on a Najee or Javonte, they can still pick up a Sermon later on.
Yeah, I think we're at the point, though, we kind of want the cream of the crop, though, right?
Yeah.
They'll take Etienne, right? They'll take Etienne if Najee goes before him.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. My issue is, if Denver trades back, I'm worried they're going to take Najee, and then I'm really worried about Etienne going to Arizona.
Would we take Jameson that high? Williams?
Oh, Javonte Williams?
Yeah, Javonte, sorry.
I think he's good enough, but is it going to be one of those knee-jerk things where they're like, oh, crap, there's a run on running backs like they did with Jackson?
Right. Wow.
So,
that might be too high though. As far as selecting him, yeah.
The problem is he's not going to be there probably by 36.
Yeah.
Oof. And you got to remember what Albright said. Oh, you got a lot of stuff going on, Will. So I just you got to remember, Rome McDermott already came out and said that they are getting another running back. That he basically said Moss and Singletary aren't good enough. You go back to his press conference at the end of the season. The problem is, if you go back to what Albright said, Albright, when I had him on here, he said, from what I understand and talking to people in the Dolphins organization, they don't believe it's a reach if they really like the player and don't think he's going to be there by the next time they come around.
And especially with value.
So
it's gonna hurt if Micah Parsons is there at 18. They take Najee.
I don't think he's gonna fall that far.
I think. Go ahead, Reason.
I think you got to look out for Denver in that too, and you also got to look out for what's it called?
Patriots,
Minnesota, and the Patriots.
Yeah.
So Minnesota worries me because they can do so many things.
Right.
So Yeah, they're in like such a good position. Yo,
Is that Avatar?
Florida born. Why you got to go jack my avatar, bro? Guy.
Oh, I didn't even know you had it, brother.
No, it's all good.
I did that a couple days ago.
I'm just teasing. That's
awesome.
Reason I don't think Parsons is going to fall that far either. I think once he gets down to 10, 11, 12, somebody's going to trade up for him. But I'm more worried about missing out on a pass rusher at 18 because it looks like there's some beasts. No real alpha top 5 guy, but it looks like there's some beasts that are going to be there at 18. But I wanted to come on and ask you. I'm sorry I missed the show, but I wanted to pop on because I wanted to ask you about Trey Sermon. Did he run a 40 today? I didn't hear anything about him, and I was curious because I'm really interested in him as a prospect. Did he run a 40 today, or what happened with him? Do you know?
Yeah, he ran like a 4.58.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, it's not the same about the same thing as Javonte Williams. I mean, he's more of a power back anyway, but that's why I kind of want us to wait. I mean, both those guys, Javonte and Trey Sermon, they didn't blow anybody away at their pro day, so I don't think they snuck into the first round or anything like that. I really think we're better off waiting on him back.
He ran a 4.57. My bad.
Okay. I mean, that's just my opinion. I really think – I know we pigeonholed ourselves out there and we really need it back, but I think just with the way this draft is, we're better off with a pass rusher at 18. I know you love Ojulari. I do too. I think Perkins and Osai are also awesome. Osai is a monster. And I think so I think we're better off waiting on a guy like Sermon or a guy like Javonte at a 36 or 50. That's just how I feel, but I don't know. I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Hey, do you guys like?
Go ahead.
I was saying you guys like Jalen. I said you guys like Jalen Phillips at number 18.
No,
or you think that's a little too high for him? Yeah, right.
Too high. If he didn't have the injury issues, then I would actually have no worries with that at all. If he didn't have the injury issues, I think he'd be the top edge in this class probably.
Yeah,
and that's one of the worst injuries to have, man. Concussions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think he had 3 separate, if I remember correctly.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know Jalen Phillips was that like his as far as his physique and just overall explosion. I didn't know he was that that put together.
That tape is like freaking solid, bro. And if you guys didn't know, this is my man crush list. I posted this couple weeks ago. I actually edited it, and in the comments I put Sam Cosme needs to be here too. And I had Quinn as a center. I didn't pigeonhole him to guard. And I really actually should have Joseph Asai here with the amount of PR I've been doing for that guy. But that's my man crush list right now going into it. And these are just guys who I love their tape. I love watching their tape, man. It was fun tape. So it's not necessarily the best at every position. You know what I mean?
Right. This is like Dolphins specific.
Yeah. Well, no, this is just me who I liked watching their tape.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Reason, you have Nick PFF has you guys are in the same wavelength because they have Nick Bolton ahead of Zaven Collins. I think it was. Yeah, I think they had him ranked at number 34, and Zaven Collins is number 35 as like the overall.
You damn
player.
right, man. Nick Bolton's better, bro.
Did they have the pro day yet?
Mizzou, I don't know if Mizzou's had their pro day. I think they have.
Oh, okay.
They had to have had it by now. Let me see.
Kentucky's is tomorrow.
Fuck Kentucky. Fuck. All I care about is
you already mentioned.
All I care about is Jam and Davis. Oh yeah, you're from Kentucky. My bad, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They had their pro day on March 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just meant the school, bro. I didn't mean like Kentucky the state, bro. No, I totally forgot Florida born Kentucky bro. It's out here, bro. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm only really interested in Jam and Davis tomorrow.
He's nice, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, he's solid, bro. Everyone's sleeping on him, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping, dude. Hard on that guy, bro. So I checked a little bit of Larry's, and everyone's like, "Oh, Jabril Cox." So I'm like, "Yo, Jamin Davis is right there, bro." I'm taking Jamin Davis 10 times out of 10 over Jabril Cox, man. Not even close, bro. But I just said that because tomorrow it's LSU and Florida's pro days, right? That's where all the talk's going to be about.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Buddy, if Pitts goes out and replicates that 4.46, which he probably will, because if you go watch the video, there's nothing but lasers on the field, so it's laser time.
Yeah.
So he's probably gonna replicate it, bro. Twitter about to blow up tomorrow over that, bro. And I'm telling you, Jamar Chase, there's a good chance you're not listening, but if you are, don't you be dodging those motherfuckers that want to measure you, bro. Don't you? Because bro, if this guy comes in at 5'10 and a half, I am going in, baby. All right.
Man.
At best, that guy's gonna be 5'11 and a half, bro. At best, he's 5'11 and a half.
Well, the school is known for embellishing. They embellished just the Jefferson's height. They probably did the same thing with Chase.
By 2 inches. And then you go look at that picture. Y'all have seen the picture that I always bring up, right?
Yeah.
Devonta
maybe he was sitting in a hole in the ground or something.
Devonta Smith, Justin Jefferson, and they're both 6'1", and what's crazy is I'll bring up the picture in a sec. If you actually look at the picture, Justin Jefferson and Devonta look like they have the same frame.
And it's a level ground.
Yeah.
I was kidding.
Yeah, it's a level ground, this guy.
It is. It's not,
But Jamar Chase looks like a running back next to them, bro. He doesn't even look like a freaking receiver. Philip Leduc said $5. Too many question marks to pick a DE at 18th. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Azeez Ojulari is there. Osai is there. If Kwity Paye falls, he's sitting there. We're trading back from 18th and picking up an extra third-round pick. I mean, I don't think they're going to be trading back from the 18th. I really don't. Be prepared. If they go ahead and they take Najee, just prepare yourselves. And I don't think it's a bad pick. I understand why they'd be doing it. And I'll go over it again. The reason why I think it's not a bad pick is you get 4 years plus that 50-year option. Then if he's balling out, you franchise tag him for the 6 years. So you got him till he's 29, and you only had to pay him for 1 year.
Yeah, pretty much for his, his shelf life,
Reason I want to say something about
get
Smith.
signed yet?
Hold on a sec. Go ahead, Rhino.
I just want to say something about Smith, man. I mean, the guy runs those routes, and it's so interesting how he comes out of his cut and he accelerates out of the cut, and it doesn't even look like he's accelerating. There's no lean in his body. It's like a single step. I mean, the guy's so impressive,
What was the video sped up?
He's fast, dude.
No, the video was
dude.
not sped up.
Oh my goodness.
He's silk.
Yeah, he's that fast.
Bro, what did you say in the comments? As if Silk and Satin had a kid?
Yeah, if they had Silk and Satin had a kid, that'd be him.
And here's the picture I'm talking about, so y'all can see. Like, he's clearly shorter, man. Like, it's not even a question, man. Let me bring this up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's clearly shorter.
Yeah.
And look at the frame of, even down to the legs. Look at the frame of Jefferson and Smith.
Yeah, they're the same receiver pretty much.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Does it really look like? I'm just saying.
Dang, Smith really looks like an alien. Look at his hand.
His arms, bro. I said that, bro. He looks like one of those grays, bro.
Hey man, honestly, if we get Devonta Smith, I'll be happy as well, because it seems like he's an all-purpose receiver. Like, he can get it done deep, he can get it done intermediate, he can get it done with the quick passes. He's the complete package. And obviously people want to just highlight his size, but like they keep saying, look, if he rarely gets hurt in these situations,
never,
contact as far as blocking, breaking through arm tackles, he's built to last. He's just wired.
Keep going, Martin. I'm going to bring something up that I showed. Damian and I showed. Go ahead, keep going, because this is Patreon only.
That's more like it, Rhino.
Because I'm signed up to the Patreon for Eric Crocker.
Oh, Crocker.
And here I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about.
His
all
bones are made of rubber, bro. Some people are just like that.
Yeah, bro. He gets up. So okay, everyone knows I had Eric Crocker on the show, former corner, and basically he backed up my evaluation of Jamar Chase. So, all right, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But I'm gonna show you what I showed Damian. Damian, it was like late one night, and Damian, and Rhino were just like backstage shooting the ish. And we went in and we talked about Devonta Smith. So I'm going to bring it up so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about with Devonta Smith, because he brings up examples of Devonta Smith taking a licking. Like, he brings it up. So let me bring it up for you.
That's honestly an underrated attribute.
This is Patreon. Like, you'd only see this if you're a Patreon. All right. So, and I just have the link to it because I'm a Patreon. So let's just look at what he says. Little guy playing big. That's the title of it. All right. So look, it even says unlisted. So you have to be a Patreon to see this. All right. So consider me doing a freebie right here for Croc.
Thank you, Crocker.
Thanks.
Thank you
for the episode.
Thank you, Croc.
The NFL defensive back Eric Crocker. And like always, if you're not already following me on Twitter, make sure you guys follow me at Eric_Crocker. Also subscribe to the Patreon account so you guys can get the full videos of everything. Patreon.com.
Go subscribe to the Patreon. He does
all right,
good
so
stuff.
the topic I wanted to touch on today was size. All right, and we're talking about receivers. This thing I've been hearing for years now, to be a good red zone receiver, you got to be tall and stuff. And I'd always be like, well, Odell Beckham scored a ton of red zone touchdowns early in his career. Antonio Brown, his last full year that he played, scored 15 touchdowns. So to me, it's
good point.
You don't got to be big. You just gotta be good. All right. So now we're going to talk about somebody today that is definitely good.
Yeah.
He goes by the name of Devonta Smith, Heisman Trophy Award.
Look at him breaking ankles out there.
Out of Alabama. All right. And the thing that keeps kind of popping up on my timeline, the people make a big deal out of his weight. We're talking about 6'1", 175 pounds. That's what he listed at. He didn't even want to weigh in at the Senior Bowl. So I don't know if he even weighs 170. He might be 160 something. We don't know. All right. He's light in the ass. But my thing is, if you're smaller, skinnier, or whatever, shorter, whatever the case is, you got to play big. And
right.
That's what I want to highlight today with Devonta Smith. He definitely plays big. Now, I think I would put a little bit more stock into him being too small if I'm seeing him just get laid out and he's laying on the ground. But the one thing that kind of jumped out to me, this dude has taken some licks. He has taken some licks. He's been hit hard. One hit that jumps out to me immediately, I was watching film. I was actually watching some Mac Jones, and he threw his ball over the middle to Devonta Smith.
Just opens him up.
Safety just smacked him. They were playing some kind of bracket coverage on him. The corner had outside leverage. And the safety, just came down and drilled him. This time
back up.
Right.
Got right back up.
So ball popped out, but he popped straight up. He ain't lay down. He wasn't like, oh, I'm so hurt, or grab his head looking for a flag or anything like that. Nah, man, dude took that hit and popped straight up. So initially I'm like, well, he's tough as hell. All right. So there's other plays where you see him kind of get dipped, right? Slammed on his head. He took a shot against Tennessee, took a big shot, bobbling the ball, and that's dangerous because I took a shot, bobbling the ball one time.
Boom! And then another one.
But bobbling the ball and took a big shot. Boom!
Still caught it.
Dude is tough.
Oh, and he held on to that?
Yeah.
If you are going to be right in the ass,
He got hit twice in that play.
You got to be tough. And that's the first thing that really jumps out.
What a grab.
Dude is tough as nails.
For real.
From that standpoint, at least in that aspect, size don't matter. Now, on top of toughness, you got to be able to play big. All right, and that's just for anybody that's small. I don't care if you're 6'1", 205 pounds, or 5'10", 200 pounds, 5'10", 200. You still got to play big, in my opinion. And what I mean by big is playing big at the catch point. All right, playing big when there's bodies on you. That was one thing that bothered me over and over. Every time I cut on the film, He's playing big. He's going up. I mean, he went up top one time on this big 6'4" cornerback from South Carolina. Now his foot landed out of bounds, but just
it's Randy Moss-esque.
He played so big. I mean, to high point to jump on somebody's head like that.
Right.
At 6'1", he might not be. He might be 6 foot, 175 pounds soaking wet, and to jump on that dude's head like that. I don't understand why anybody.
That Ole Miss game was nasty.
All you have to do is walk to the film.
He went off that game, bro.
Watch
Look at Stingley. Give Stingley the work, bro.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Stingley the work,
He
bro.
did
ball
ball
skills,
on
man.
Stingley too, man.
Oh, buddy,
That
he
is
ate
true.
Stingley, bro.
Yes, he might.
That is true.
He ate him up.
Great blocker. All right, but everything else you want from a receiver standpoint, what you want, I mean, just continuously jumping on guys' heads, making plays in the end zone, playing big. So
Great
I
hands.
mean, you know, we look at this class, and there's a really good group of receivers, but it's probably the best receiver. And we're talking about somebody that's
look at that cast.
Smooth.
Oh my God. Strong hands.
All day.
I really just kind of wanted to get on here and
It's gonna be Tua's Jerry Rice.
Yeah,
it feels like it, right? Steve Smith and Jerry.
How does he
or Steve Young?
Your mouth to God's ears.
Oh man.
So
that's gonna be great to see.
And remember, he's Crocker's wide receiver 1.
Wow. Yeah. That's a big
So
deal.
that's gonna do it for today. We're gonna get into more videos like this.
So, I mean, and that's a former NFL DB, right?
Right. Right. So he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about.
Me and him had like the same rankings, except he had Waddle and Smith swapped at 1 and 2, and then he had Chase at 4 behind Rashad Bateman as well as I did. So
yeah, he's the best all around wide receiver, bro. Just at the catch point, the speed, just the hands, the route running. He's what you want in a number 6 pick, bro.
And I tuned in for when I was tuning into Larry's or whatever. I saw a ball game in the comments, and he said Judy was the alpha. Judy was not the alpha. That was Devonta Smith outproduced Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs when they were there. Literally. And here's the other thing: if Jeudy was the alpha, he wouldn't have dropped that touchdown against LSU, and then they would have won the game.
I mean, Jeudy didn't make up for that one drop. Remember on the 4th down, Tua caught him in like the right corner of the pylon. It was like it was a difficult. He made a more difficult catch for a touchdown than it was the easier one in that game. But I know what ball game means when he says Jeudy was the alpha, because Jeudy was the most I think Devonta Smith is a superior route runner, but Jerry Jeudy was an outstanding off the ball. He's gonna put a move on you, and
I think Devontae's got better twitch and body control than him.
Devonta has better body control, and Devonta has he's more concise in his route. But Jerry Jeudy was
you don't see Jeudy going up for balls like that.
No, he doesn't. Jerry Jeudy is a in stride wide receiver.
Yeah.
You need to catch him in stride. But I understand what ball game meant, though.
We talk about that Ole Miss game. Who was the alpha, bro? Who was the alpha?
Come on, man.
Bro?
That was Devonta. The man
put up
like
5 touchdowns, bro.
That's crazy.
Okay,
that's crazy.
Jeudy didn't do that in a single game.
No.
He put up like 271 yards and like 5 touchdowns, something stupid.
Something crazy. The stats were so crazy I didn't even want to look at it. I was like, oh my goodness.
And then the guy goes and wins the Heisman.
74 yards.
Say again?
Yeah. What was it? Oh, that was the national championship. Oh.
You're breaking up, Irving.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad, bro.
I can tell you right now, I think Smith is obviously better than this comparison. I think he's going to have a better career than this guy did, all in all. But I saw some Chris Chambers in there going up and getting the football, jumping over defensive backs like that. And I think Smith has much better hands than Chambers did. Chambers was inconsistent. You know, he'd make acrobatic, ridiculous catches and then drop the easy one. But I'm telling you right now, man, I'm sold on Smith at 6. I'm sold on this kid. I think he's got ridiculous acrobatics. He can run routes as good as anybody I've ever seen coming out. and he's got unbelievable hands. You know, he plays like Crocker was just saying. He plays a lot bigger than he is. He's looking like Randy Moss in the end zone making those catches.
Right.
And his size, his size doesn't impact him. He doesn't get hurt. He plays much bigger than he is. Exactly.
Yeah.
And
he plays big in big games, bro.
The stupid stuff I'm hearing is, oh, well, what's he going to have to do when he has to deal with press? What do you think he didn't deal with press in college? Like
he's a smart wide receiver.
Yeah, bro.
He's a very smart wide receiver. Man.
His aptitude is his intelligence is through the charts, bro. Like
he knows exactly what he's doing on every play. Mm-hmm.
Like he's special, man. That kid is like legit special.
And what a lot of people don't take into he is. And what a lot of people don't take into consideration as far as the process from snap to catching the football. You're literally in your route. You're trying to figure out how can you get to the spot, not necessarily the precise route, but how can you get to the spot to where the quarterback is going to throw the football per the defense that's given you, right? And Smitty, like how we're saying, his football aptitude to get to that spot. I don't know how he, muscles through because obviously he's 170, but his strength, it's almost in comparison to like a Rondell Moore, like he has abnormal strength for his frame. You know what I mean? So look, I've seen enough of Devonta Smith, and if the Dolphins are saying we're good with him at 6, look, let's ride with it. The wide receiver room is going to be extremely, like a what is it, like the Soul Train line? Like everybody's gonna be in there, dancing. But we got to do these cut downs before week 1, man, because that wide receiver room is crazy.
And nobody likes to talk about.
Oh my God. Go ahead, bro. You go ahead.
Nobody likes to talk about how Devonta Smith made Mac Jones look like a legend at Alabama.
Like Peyton
Say that
Manning.
again.
He was in a running for Heisman because of Devonta.
Say that
100%. 100%.
And also, the guy was, he only had 3 drops all season.
Yep.
He was first in college with deep catches. He was first in college with deep yards. He was first in college with screen catches, and he was first in college with screen yards.
He still won the Heisman.
And he was 5th in college. He was 5th in college. Check this out. He was 14th in this year in college with slot catches from the slot, but he was 5th in yards from the slot. And for a guy his size, he was 5th in the nation for contested catches.
Right.
He definitely high points the ball for sure.
Yeah, bro. He's ridiculous at the ball, bro. It's stupid.
If we get Smith, trade Parker.
Nah, we can keep Parker, man. We can keep Parker with Smitty.
I think we can make it work this year because, like Reason just said, I mean, with his ability out of the slot, with those 3 receiver sets, Parker, Will Fuller on the outside, you could line up Smitty in the slot this year. Have Gesicki at tight end. Exactly. That's a lot of speed and hands on the field out there, man. That's a lot of talent on the field with those types of sets.
I don't know why I keep forgetting we signed Will Fuller, bro. This is gonna be a little,
exactly.
This is gonna be a little interesting, man. Like how these guys are gonna mold together, man.
Mark, you know what I think they're doing, bro, and why they're taking a receiver at 6 is because I think they basically sat down to Will Fuller and they're like, "Yo, we can't pay you what you want yet. Ball out. We're gonna pay you," and they're gonna move off DVP and Preston and Will Fuller. And Devonta Smith are going to become your number 1 and your number 2 guys.
Yep, 2022 is the out date for Parker.
If that's the plan,
if Preston doesn't get hurt this year and he balls out, they're going to clearly bring him back. But I think I think this is the last season for Parker, bro.
Unless they make him trade bait for next year and we keep Fuller.
Because I know the Ravens were calling about him.
About Parker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Obviously, way before they signed Watkins.
Sammy Watkins. Yeah.
What did they want for him?
I have no idea what they wanted.
Oh,
probably like a 4th rounder. Fourth rounder.
But if you could get a 2nd, this guy's a god.
Shout out to Chris Greer, man. Chris Greer is literally. You talk about righting the wrongs of the former regime and putting us into so many situations where it's going to be evident that we are going after a Super Bowl, like it's like, okay, yeah, we can rock with this, because like you reason, I was nervous when we traded out from 3 to 12. I was in my office.
Bro, I thought we were taking Najee or Parsons.
Look, it was weird too, because
whoa, who's got that going on?
Yeah, I don't know. But it was weird because I had the whole, Dolphins had Dolphins, face masks and stuff. I didn't even know they're gonna do something like that. But when we traded from 3 to 12, I got a little nauseous. I was like, oh Lord.
Bro, I'm gonna show you. Okay, you guys keep talking. I'll be back in 1 second. Watch this.
All right. Yeah. So
I want to go back to the wide.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say something, because I know you guys were talking about the wide receivers, and yeah, I mean, if you get Devonta Smith at number 6, it makes Parker expendable, like you guys were saying. You definitely trade him away, maybe for a 3rd or a 4th rounder. At worst, 6th round pick. You save $10 million in the cap space, and who knows, man? If Will Fuller balls out, the Dolphins are the type of team that if you ball out, you get rewarded. And I can see Fuller being signed long term by the Miami Dolphins, bro. And I think with Devonta Smith's route running and ability to create space and stuff, it'll just benefit Will Fuller, allow him more opportunity to get deep, and they'll just feed off each other, man. It'll be, oh man, bro.
Yeah. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be It's gonna be interesting to see how this wide receiver room is gonna, pan out, because we see the similar skill sets between Devontae Parker and Preston Williams, and now we have Will Fuller, who has a similar skill set to, like, say, Devonta Smith. I want to see, if we're gonna use like those 2 types of wide receivers at a time, and how we're going to implement that in our passing game, because remember, we still have a co-offensive coordinator thing going on, and I'm interested to see how Godsey can really position these guys and put them in situations, whether it be minus 50 or heading towards the end zone. It's going to be interesting to see how he positions these guys for success, man.
Yo.
Yeah. It's
all right.
Yeah.
So, Martin,
go ahead.
I'm standing in line, all right, getting a sub and stuff that, okay? Bro, check this out. I'm standing there, literally, like this.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, all they hear, are you fucking kidding me right now? And everyone looks back at me in this fucking Dolphins gear, and they're all like, yo, what's going on with this guy, bro?
The Yankees traded.
And I'm like, dude, they're going to get Parsons or Najee. That's exactly what they're doing.
And then they jump back to 6, and I was like, ooh.
Bro, and then I'm sitting there with my, again, with the mask on, being like, Jesus Lord, what's happening? I'm going to have a heart attack, bro.
That was a crazy 45 minutes, not going to lie.
Bro, my wife's like, yo, grab me a coffee on the way back. Bro, I forgot to grab her the coffee. Bro, it's just like, what is going on right now? And I'm like, yo, I'm sitting there, I'm eating my sub, and I'm like, yo, I gotta eat this quick. I gotta go live, fucking Dolphins. Obviously, they do this while I'm eating lunch. Blah 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 blah.
It's a plot.
You know what I mean? Unbelievable, bro.
But still, shout out to Chris Greer, man. This guy does not rest on making the big deal, bro. He really doesn't.
You know what, though? I think it's a group effort. I really do. I know Greer's the front man, but they seem to vibe really well, the 4 of them,
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. He knows what Flores wants, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this, too. You know why I kind of want them to take Smith or Waddle as well?
Mm-hmm.
That shows you they're all in on 2 if they're getting one of his guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Build his confidence.
And then Najee at 18 if he's there.
Alabama Dolphins.
And I will mention this as well. Right. I will mention this as well. Before Preston Williams got hurt, and I think I mentioned this a while back as well. But before Preston Williams got hurt, it was clear that him and Tua building a rapport, a connection, and then just like that, it was taken away from him. So he had issues finding the rhythm with one of these receivers. So now that if you are the Dolphins and you bring in one of his receivers from college that he clearly has the rapport with, you're automatically saying to Tua, you're going to have a rapport with someone, and everyone else is going to fall into line of the rapport that you have with that one guy, so everyone else can step up. Because DVP had a hell of a game against the Cardinals as well when him and Preston were going off in the Cardinals game. So
he was healthy, man.
Everyone was there. Everyone was
you know what I brought up multiple times? I don't think I brought it up. Well, you were up here though, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played the position, but I played in Canada, 3-down football, right? You might remember this. I don't know how old you are, but when I was in high school, we played a wishbone offense, bro. And so anyway, like old school type shit, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so you played obviously at a high level too, down in the South there. The ability for him to identify the leverage game with Devontae Parker, that if I throw it, he's either going to catch it or I'm going to draw a flag.
Yes.
Buddy, the amount of times he did it, he just didn't do it once or twice. Remember, he was smart enough. Oh, I'll pick on when they had, I forget who it was, the guy who hadn't played in a couple years, and he just started picking on him. Like he drew like 7 or 8 flags throughout the season. Like that is a veteran understanding of the game.
Brady-esque.
Rookies don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
Rookies don't do that, dude.
You're right. That's a gift that you either have it or you don't, as far as knowing how to throw that specific type of football. So trust me, the rapport will be built. The draft is going to exclamation point. This is my receiver, and everyone else around you. If you see how we connect during practice or whatever, and they see the rapport building between the new guy, everyone else has to, put it on their shoulders. Like, all right, I gotta try to build just as much, if not more, of a rapport with Tua. So once we get in the game, think things are hitting at the level where you're saying Tua can just put it in places to where these guys are just it's almost like they can read each other's minds. That's where you want it to be.
I want to hit you with this, Martin, because I actually haven't had a chance to dissect your brain since we made this trade, really.
You're right.
Okay, so we jump back to 12. We jump back to 6. They clearly made it a point to get in front of what? The most wide receiver needy team in this draft, the Lions, right? Lost Marvin Jones, lost Kenny Golladay. They don't need a tight end. They have TJ Hawkinson, who they drafted not too long ago, who's very, very talented, right?
Out of Iowa, yeah.
He's very, very good, right? So, but then on the flip side, and I'll know I'm a Panay guy. You're a Panay guy too, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
At the same time, they were comfortable with getting behind Cincinnati in the sense of, since he's either going to take Panay or Jamar Chase, we're okay with them taking either one of those guys. If I put it to you in that light, doesn't that scream Devonta Smith or Jalen Waddle?
Yes, it does. It does. It does. Or Kyle Pitts. However, the only way you can make the decision to go with Kyle Pitts over any of these Alabama wide receivers is predicated on Tua's ability to throw people open. Like he's really good at that. And Kyle Pitts, purely off of his tape, and I know it's only college, but Kyle Pitts is one of those rare route runners where he knows that if he lines his defensive player up to where if he makes one sudden move, whether it be a head hesitation or what have you, and he breaks back into the top of his route, if he has a quarterback that can put it to that spot, he's going to make the catch. And knowing Tua, he's like, I see Tua as one of the throwback rhythm throwers where he's not looking to scramble around like a Mahomes or any. He is, the play is what it is. He executes it and he gets the ball out. Kyle Pitts is literally a rhythm thrower tight end, where like if you put him in the system with Tua, and I love Mike Gesicki, but Mike Gesicki is nowhere near the route runner that Kyle Pitts is. You're going to see an elevated like middle threat of the field where Tua pretty much lit up the entire time. You're going to see the middle threat become one of the more deadlier positions of the field to attack for Tua if we get a Kyle Pitts. And I would like to see them make that type of move. So the guys on the outside, like say a Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, and Preston Williams, that'll clearly open up everything as far as one-on-ones, progression, reads as far as high to low. That'll be awesome to see with Kyle Pitts. But I would still understand if they get Devonta Smith or Jalen Waddle, strictly based off of rapport and strictly based off of those guys are always going to be a solid pick regardless. So
the show kind of nailed it here. Sewell, Pitts, Smitty, or Waddle. You can't go wrong, really.
I know. It's a win-win-win.
Because I want Panay or Pitts.
Right.
That's what I want.
Me too.
But I think they're locked in on Devonta Smith, man.
I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
I just because like I said, I'm sold on Smith. I love the kid, but I hope they're not like closed-minded and being locked in, because you can't be that way. Because again, if Kyle Pitts, like you were talking about before, goes out there tomorrow and does something ridiculous, runs a 4.37, and I know he's not in pads. I know that doesn't necessarily.
If he runs a 4.37, I'll want to pick it up for them, bro.
You have to because at that point he's not just a tight end. You can't just say, well, we already have a tight end. He's not a position of need. Wide receiver is a position of need. You can line up Pitts out wide. You can line up Pitts in the slot. You can do everything.
Pitts makes sense the same way Smith or Waddle makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. You look at Wilson, Parker, Fuller, Preston. They're all basically on 1 year prove-its, even the guys that have some years on their contract in terms of Devontae. So Devonta Smith is your insurance of if you got to get rid of some of those guys. Pitts makes the same sense in terms of, do we want to pay Gesicki? Do we want to give him – he's probably going to ask for top 5 tight end money. Let's just all be honest with ourselves.
He will.
Do we want to pay him that? No, I know I don't. Hell no. He's not refined enough, bro. You know what's crazy? Everyone tries to pick on Pitts for his blocking, but A, he improved this year as a blocker, and B, he's a way better blocker than Gesicki, bro.
Yeah, Gesicki doesn't block either.
Commitment and effort, bro.
Yeah, I seen some of Pitts' games where it was just all snaps of Pitts, and he, honestly, bro, he's a way better blocker than people give him credit for because of his excellent receiving skill. This dude literally gets inside of pads on defensive ends that are almost twice his size. Like he's a desirable blocker, which is very important to be, especially when you're that talented as a receiving threat. So look, Pitts is underrated, and that's saying something because we can all clearly see how good he is, but he's underrated when it comes to that block.
Bro. He's well-rounded.
Yes.
Powerhouse, you're going to ask something?
Yeah, so if Sewell's there at 6 and we take Devonta Smith and we go and not draft the right tackle and we go into the season with Robert Hunt, are you satisfied with that?
No. Not at all. You look at this offensive line. Do you really think Matt Skura is going to be the one? Everyone's like, oh, let him develop. Oh, well, here's the thing. That's fine. You can let him develop, but we've seen traits on tape, some that, like the hip flexibility I keep talking about. You either have that or you don't, bro.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
You literally either have that or you don't. And he don't have it. So what, is he going to wake up one morning and all of a sudden he's going to have it? See, my whole issue is going to be with this. It's a really deep tackle class. Okay, you go on to talk about right tackles, natural right tackles, Tevin Jenkins, Jalen Mayfield. Cosme's played right tackle a lot in college. I've shown you guys a video of Panay playing right tackle in high school. There's guys who can clearly play the position. Why would you want to keep experimenting with a guy who's clearly a guard at right tackle when you can draft someone and it will be a ripple effect in terms of Hunt will be kicked to his proper position, and Kinley doesn't have to be playing at right guard when he's a natural left guard.
Right.
Yeah.
And Kinley automatically assists the confidence of Austin Jackson when he's next to him, just by
right?
osmosis. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's a better ripple effect for me than what we have right now, because now Hunt's in his natural position, Kinley's in his natural position, and we got someone to shore up that right side, man. Like I just don't understand why because I'm telling you right now, especially if they don't add legitimacy to this running back, or people want to talk about Malcolm Brown this, Malcolm Brown this. Well, like, you heard from Benjamin Albright. He said, "Yo, it's Leroy Horde all over again." What was Leroy Horde? Yo, I need 3 yards. Okay, I'm gonna go out and get you 3 yards. Yo, I need 2 yards. All right, coach, I'll get you 3 yards. Yo, I need 4 yards. All right, coach, I'll get you 3. That's what Malcolm Brown is, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's not blowing up the world, bro. And let's be honest with ourselves. Even if we run a committee, is anyone sitting here and saying, I love this committee? Because the committee thing is clearly stopped working to an extent. If you go look at what they've done the past couple, everyone wants to forget the past couple of years in Patriot land. 2 years ago, Sony Michel. Last year, Damian Harris.
They had Blunt before.
Yeah, Blunt.
Right? So, I mean, yeah, it's a committee to an extent. They still have an identified alpha.
Yeah.
Who the hell is our alpha?
We don't have one yet.
It'll be Gaskin, but he's not.
But he ain't an alpha.
Right.
He would be he's the perfect complementary number 2 guy.
That's
exactly. And yo, again, I'll say it again. I was the only one who called Gaskin having the training camp and elevating to where he did when other people were writing him off and everyone was blowing their load off Kalen Ballage, who signed with the Steelers today.
1.8.
So I'm just sitting here saying, like, this is coming from a guy who you could sit there and say is one of the biggest Gaskin advocates there is. But even I got to be realistic. And now we look at these guys running behind that line. What kind of leap are people expecting? That's what I don't understand. What kind of leap are people expecting, man?
Yeah.
Because you're expecting 3 rookies. Well, yeah, 3 rookies. Well, sorry, 3 second-year guys. Take, like, big leaps. You're not going to hit on all 3. That's just realistic, bro.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, maybe 2. Like, Kinley, if you put a gun to my head, Kinley was the one I'd put money on now, because at least with Kinley I could say, look, Jesse Davis had some of his best reps as a Dolphin when Kinley was next to him, and then Kinley clearly improved Austin Jackson's game when he went next to him. So Kinley, I can only say, made people around him better. Hunt didn't do that because Jesse Davis was an absolute disaster, and Hunt and Jackson can't pick up a looper or a stunt to save their fucking life.
Yeah, right. That's true.
So, and you know what? Hunt comes down to a lot of, because Jackson's athletic enough. Hunt comes down to he doesn't have the lateral movement to start picking that stuff up, bro. And I'm going to throw it out there, and maybe it's just because he's a rookie. He wasn't picking up keys. Like he wasn't very good at diagnosing what was coming at him. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you watch Kinley and Jesse Davis, they're passing off blocks to each other. You know what I mean? Like, what Kinley's like, you know, he's busting out the first guy, then diagnosing, a loop's coming, picks up, and boom, it's over, right? Hunt just seemed like everything was going at 3,000 miles an hour for him, right?
Yeah, it was difficult at times for Hunt. It was, and again, as far as that jump from year 1 to year 2, I do expect, you know, all the rookies, including on defense, to look better. I do expect all of them to look better. But taking the leap, Robert Hunt will take a leap if he's at guard, I believe. Right. Because he just, I mean, obviously you want guys to improve. And I think with Tua, his improvement is not going to be with, you know, his arm strength or from the neck up to it will be improved, which is all that you need as far as improvement going from year 1 to year 2. Ask Lamar Jackson. But when it comes to the blocking and technique on blocking and you can't just magically go from sloppy feet and no hips and you can't go from year 1 to year 2 and just be a complete 180. It won't happen. So like you're saying, going into this training camp, after
you
the
are
draft,
one of my favorite additions to this channel in the last like 3 or 4 months, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. Also because you played the same position I did, but you played it at what I deem a higher level, man. Like, thank God, bro. Because look at what you're saying.
Mark, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, but I appreciate that reason. But again, I'm trying to break it down to where we have to we have to accept it that Robert Hunt is not a natural right tackle. He's just not. And again, like you're saying, if we can go ahead and find one of these right tackles in the draft, whether it be the tackle from Oklahoma State, I forget his name all the time.
Tevin Jenkins.
Tevin Jenkins. If we can get the guy from Michigan, Jalen Mayfield. Even Jalen Mayfield. I don't particularly love Jalen Mayfield.
Yeah, I'm not in love
but
either.
He clearly has like a better feel and technique at the tackle position as far as pure feet and knowing when to switch off blockers when the stunt comes, or he's better at that. So again, we have to try to find that right tackle in this draft if possible, or if anything, take one of these picks, take one of next year's picks, and trade for Brown, the offensive tackle with the Ravens, because Orlando Brown. He's been exploring a trade talk, and since we've already made the kind of nudge, hey, we're looking for a right tackle with Isaiah Wilson. Obviously, didn't work out. But I mean, let's see if we can try to do this with Orlando Brown.
So Mark, I gotta ask you. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no problem.
Why aren't enough people reading into that? Into the fact that we traded for a natural right tackle that was taken in the first round. Let me ask you this: do you think they really took a flyer on that kid to be a swing? Because I don't buy that, bro.
No.
They think he was brought for depth. That's their argument. That's their argument.
What depth? The guy only plays right. He doesn't play left. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
Right.
And he was drafted in the first round. Now, obviously, he was a little bit high, but I mean, they took the flyer on the kid, thinking he was gonna either challenge Hunt or kick Hunt in.
That's true.
I'm thinking they would have kicked Hunt in. I really believe they would have kicked Hunt in because I think they really like Hunt. I think they really believe in Hunt. Hunt as a run blocker was spectacular. Like he was very good last year. The only situation is running the football versus pass protection is completely like
two worlds.
We know it's two different mindsets when it comes to running versus pass protection. So he just has to catch up a little bit on the pass protection part. But I do believe he's deemed better kicking inside. Just having one guy to the right of him, one guy to the left of him, I believe it'll bring Robert Hunt more presence of mind that he doesn't have to worry too much about, a guy completely, beating him around the edge or even a stunt coming from around. He's protected. He's protected. It's almost like having your back to the wall, in the club. Like nothing's gonna happen to you if you got everything in front of you. So I'm just saying that it seems like it'll be the best thing to do. But let's see how Greer does this, man, because that Jenkins kid from Oklahoma State, nice. Man. Oh, sorry, Power. Go ahead, man.
No, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt. You saw him and Solomon McKinley working out?
Nah.
They were doing the cones and boxing.
So they're trying to get the endurance up?
Yeah, even the footwork.
Somebody's gonna make a leap, man. Somebody's gonna make a leap on that offensive line, and it's gonna be a positive for us. Because let me tell you,
absolutely.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I totally agree with everything you had to say about the Hunt, and I think that he's going to excel. If we move him to guard, I think that he can be an all-pro type right guard, and he can make a big jump. So can Kinley and Austin Jackson on the left side of the line. And I think that Skura can be a good stopgap at center. But my point is that I think it's equally as important in this draft for us to find a real right tackle as it is important for us to find kind of an alpha running back in that running back by committee that we might be running next year. So that's why my argument is that I think we're much better off addressing right tackle and edge with that 18 and 36 pick and then waiting for 50 to address running back because – listen, just in this day and age, it's just been shown that you can find backs later on. I'm not saying that Najee isn't a great player. I love Najee. I love ATN. However, take a look at guys that'll be there at 50. The kid from Oklahoma, Stevenson. I have a lot of faith in as a power guy. You know, I love Sermon. And again, with this draft should be all about what's best for Tua. And you got to protect Tua, need that right tackle, got to play defense for the kid. That's how Brady won all these championships. Great defense. You got to get a kid like an Ojulari or an Osai at 18. With that, I got to get going. I had a lot of fun. I'll see you guys next time. But that's what I think we should do. I want to get your guys' thoughts. I'll talk to you next time. Enjoy.
Peace.
All right, man. Stay safe.
Fins up.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Up.
Fins up.
Fins up.
I actually agree with that. To be honest, when it comes to the running back position, at 50, there's gonna be guys that we can still put in here and get into the mix of who can be running back one. One of the sleepers in this draft, and I believe we mentioned this backstage sometimes. Elijah Mitchell from Louisiana, who was Robert Hunt's teammate back in college. If they like we keep saying, if they seen film on Robert Hunt, they have to have seen film on the guy he was blocking for. And Elijah Mitchell, his past pro day. He lit it up. You know, he ran something like a 4.39 or something like that at 215 plus pounds, which is, you know, that's really, really good. Now,
here's the video Power was talking about, by the way, just for you to see.
Oh, the workout between Kinley and Hunt.
Still has bad feet.
So yeah, I know. if we get into a fight with the Bengals again, we're good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's Kinley. People didn't know that's Kinley in the front and that's Hunt in the back.
The bad feet, you can tell the guy in the back.
This is like the perfect thing to do for endurance purposes.
Yeah,
and they're literally training like this because they know they're going to be starters come week one, and you have to be ready for a 70 play game, 80 play game. You have to be ready for that. So I'm glad to see that. Boxing is an underrated endurance sport.
Oh, bro, I used to throw up.
Yeah, the training regimen is real.
Yeah, it's real, bro.
Here's the question I have, and I don't think we've gotten an answer to it. Last year, Jesse Davis stayed at right guard, if I remember right, and Hunt was at right tackle. You would think that would be opposite. Why didn't they do that? What do you think about that, Martin?
Say that again one more time. Say that one more
time. Jesse Davis was at right guard, and Hunt was at right tackle.
They wanted to see if they had a right tackle.
So they left it the way it was there just to see if he was up to it or not.
Yep, and Jesse Davis has had reps at guard. It's the same reason why they put two out there for 9 games. They wanted to see if they had their guy.
Yeah.
It's the exact same reason.
Sorry, question. I'm sorry if you guys heard some background noise before. I apologize for that. You think Darisaw I think he's from Virginia Tech, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
You think he'll be available for us at 36?
No. Darisaw is going very high. He's probably going in the top 20. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say top 15 maybe because his tape is just as good as if my honest opinion, it's just as good as like Andrew. What was it, Andrew Thomas from last year?
Yeah, from Georgia.
It's up there as far as who has the better tape or what have you. Darisaw has impressive tape to where you can say he's gonna go in the top 20, like Reason's saying. So I don't think we'll get him at 36. No.
So Samuel Cosme would be a much more realistic pick.
I don't think Cosme will be there at 36 either, bro.
Right.
Wow, really?
He's also going top 25, maybe.
Yeah. Cosme's
Damn.
legit, bro.
So
Cosme also has reps at right and left, so he's diverse, right?
Yeah.
The problem with a guy like
So-
Darisaw, all of it, he's never played at college. He's never played a snap at right tackle, and I don't know if he's played right tackle in high school. Like I at least know Panay played right tackle in high school. Even Austin Jackson played right tackle in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I
man.
think like if you're looking at 36, Jalen Mayfield might be there.
Right. That's the
Right.
pick that's more than likely is gonna fall to us at 36.
Each
Because
of them
he's-
here too, right?
Dylan Radens might be there.
Yes. And again with Mayfield, he's impressive at times, but the number one thing I see as far as one of his biggest flaws is he's not overly aggressive, and there's clear signs of is he interested in games sometimes. I seen a lot of tape where I was like, does he want to play today, or is he just out here, because it's game day? But there's still tape out there of him, going head to head with top competition. And he looks good. He's impressive. So
his hands aren't that very good either, too, right?
Right. He gets beat sometimes in the slap game. So
yeah.
It'll be a tough selection, but at least
Leatherwood might
we'll
be
know.
there too, but I'm not a Leatherwood guy, so
I don't know.
Would
I
you
don't know
guys
about
think,
Leatherwood either.
You think the Dolphins would double down on linebacker and middle linebacker? You think even with Bernard McKinney, they still land Xavier Collins or Nick Bolton or something?
I think they got other needs because they brought back a Landon Roberts.
Right. I was just thinking.
Good point.
that.
Good point.
I think they'll take
good point.
before linebacker.
The linebacker room is not. I don't want to use the word out of context.
We need
as
an
far as
outside
deep.
linebacker, right? Like that's what we need because that's our edge, right?
Yes, yes. Right now, Sam Iguovan is the penciled in starter as that strong linebacker. But we clearly know there's like 10 guys we can draft in this draft that can start over him like from day one. So we just have to find that guy one way or another.
I agree with that.
Beagle, maybe
Absolutely
Beagle.
agree.
Would Beagle be a strong side like rusher? You think?
I don't think so, bro. Last year it looked like they were going to use him in like a Will Mike role. That's what I was gaining from how they wanted to use him last year.
But before his camp injury,
yeah, because think of it like in our scheme, the Will or Jack, whatever you want to call them, they're in the middle, right?
Yes,
technically they're in the middle.
They're a roamer pretty much.
Yeah, technically, right? That's where we use like Baker definitely at times and stuff like that, too, right? So, which is kind of weird because what's their plan with the Landon Roberts? Because he's not, usually with like that Will Jack in a 3-4, you're looking for like not an undersized, but like defensive ends converted there, like smaller guys that can move faster laterally. Where like I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how it shapes up, bro.
Yes.
And how were they using Andrew Van Ginkel? My memory's pretty bad.
Off the edge.
Didn't they use Andrew Van Ginkel as more as
he's
a
gonna
strong
be coming
side?
off the edge. He's gonna be coming off the edge,
Yeah.
dude.
Mm-hmm.
Off ball. Use him off ball, right?
Right.
Off ball edge rusher. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, I got to get out of here. I got something going on. So, let's go through final thoughts. Let's start with you, Rhino.
I just want to say again, good wishes to Fake Spike and his wife Nikki. We're all thinking for you, of your wife, and I'm sure she'll get through well. And I wanted to say the Belichick reaction to Max throw.
We're good.
That's the highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's the highlight for me today. Everything you showed.
Yeah, bro.
That's just too much.
I just want them to take them though.
Yeah, go for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So he looked at McDaniels. He said, "So we're taking Parsons at 15." He said, "Yeah."
He's like, he's no Tua.
Yo, did you see Dante put out his top 10 quarterback rankings today? Did you see what he said about Mac?
Did not.
Buddy, it was his number 6 guy because he likes Davis Mills from Stanford as his.
I like
guy.
Davis Mills.
Yeah, so do I,
do.
bro. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he put me onto him actually because I hadn't watched anything. He's like, "Yo, watch this kid." So I watched him like a couple months ago. I was like, "Oh yeah, I like him." Buddy, he had a 5th round grade on Mac Jones.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
5th round.
Take that, Chris
5th
Sims.
round.
You might be right.
Damn.
Oh, bro.
After today, yeah.
A lot of people like Mac though, man. A lot of people like him. One year wonder, but they like.
But why though?
Let him die on that hill, bro. Because I ain't about to.
Can I just say one thing though? The media will buy any smoke you give them. Okay.
Yeah.
Look how they're pushing Mac. They'll push anything, bro. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they got nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right, Martin. Let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah. Final thoughts. Justin Fields. I would love to see a situation where he sits behind Matt Ryan in Atlanta, like Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre in Green Bay. And once he gets his start, come year 2 or year 3, we're going to see something special because we clearly see he has all the tools. We clearly see he has a poise about him. He has a presence about him. You know, his teammates love him. I just need to see him sit for a little bit because last thing you want to do is just rush a guy in there. Like in certain cases,
and he's got to work on his release and his processing.
Right. Just like people forget Aaron Rodgers at Cal. One of his biggest asterisks as far as what he needs to work on, he was too robotic at coming out of Cal. He did everything the quarterback coach from high school told him to do, and when he got to the NFL, they told him to cut all of that out and just relax. And by the time you seen him, Aaron Rodgers from 2005 when he got drafted to 2008 when he first started, you put a split screen. It's two different, postures. So like you're saying, Justin Fields, he just needs to work on that release a little bit. But I think he's going to be one of those pros come down, down the line 3 years from now. We're going to be like, yeah, hell of a pick, hell of a quarterback. Also, Devonta Smith, if this guy if he's there at 6, I'm saying, let's just go ahead and let's not play with Tua. Let's go ahead and get him his guy. And let's get a real explosive weapon on the outside that can consistently stay on the field and just make magic happen. Like our boy Crocker was saying, it don't matter your size, that really don't matter. How big are you playing when the lights are on? And Devonta Smith just pops off the screen every time. So the hope is that we have all our P's and Q's, crossed, and we just draft the right guy for this organization and move forward,
Yeah.
So fins up, fellas.
Philip Leduc donated $5. He said Waddle body type scares me. Too built up with muscles, ligaments that he would usually get pulled or broken throughout the NFL season. Devonta Smith's frame does not. I don't know, bro. He's very similar built to Tyreek Hill, whose comp is. Very similar, man. So I don't know if I buy into that theory, dude. All right. So Irving, let's get your final thoughts, dude.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know we want to draft up Penei Sewell because he's an immediate contributor and starter. And day one, as much as we like Kyle Pitts, and create a mismatch for defenses, that how much I would like to see that. But I think I'm starting to buy it more and more of Devonta Smith going to the Dolphins. I mean, he's a complete package at wide receiver, everything you want. And he's such a high character guy.
Right.
He's a guy who you want representing your franchise. So I like it, and we need to get handle the edge. We need to take care of that.
Guy's like working out on a treadmill.
Yeah.
You jogging her?
Yeah, I'm jogging, bro. I got to get ready for this combine. Trying to run a 40 here.
Yeah, go to Penn State. You're running 4.25.
Yeah,
trying to beat my 4.13, baby.
But like I was saying, we need to take care of the right tackle position, so we can kick Robert Hunt at his natural position at guard, and I think we'll be fine after that, man. And everything will take care of itself.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say. Fins up.
Fins up.
Powerhouse, your final thoughts, dude.
Yeah. If Sewell is there at 6, I want us to get him. But if not, I look forward to seeing us drafting. You know who? Smitty. Hopefully, EM doesn't catch a heart attack. Fins up.
Power.
You can drive down to Texas and resuscitate him, bro.
Get the defibrillator.
Bro, half of me wants to a quarter of me wants to take Smitty because he's such a fucking damn good route runner. And what's the one thing that translates for receivers? I'm not worried about his release. What's the one big thing that translates at the next level? And then what I mean. And number, the other quarter of me wants it because then that shows they're all in on Tua. Another quarter of me says, "Yo, this kid might be the best receiver in this draft when it's all said and done. I really believe it's gonna be him or Waddle." And then the last quarter of me says, man, I just want to see the look on EM's face when we take him. You know what I mean?
EM does not want him, man.
No. And then the real reaction will be if we take Najee at 18 as well. That guy, buddy, never mind heart palpitations. That guy's gonna have a fucking stroke.
Who's doing mouth to mouth?
Pyro will speed dial.
Not me, bro.
Told you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Pyro gonna be on the speed dial. That's hilarious. Comet, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
I will be fine with Smith at 6 and Najee at 18. They are fine. It would be really good for Tua to have them. Also, I never got your opinion on Chase.
Mark Chase?
Yeah.
I have a wide receiver big board. You can go get my opinion right there.
We don't necessarily like Chase for the Dolphins.
Yeah. I literally did a wide receiver big board and I broke him down and provided film and stuff like that. So just search Phinside the NFL top 10 wide receiver big board and it'll pop up and you go ahead and watch it. It starts about because I don't have time to get into this because I have to get out of here. And you can go in and it starts about 21 minutes into the video. And then you can go watch. I do 10 through 6 and then top 5. They I have all 22 attached. Just like we'll be with my edge big board, my running back big board and stuff like that. And then I give you my scouting report as their highlights are playing. So if you want to know what I think about, because that's a big conversation for me, and I do have to get out of here. So if you want, just search in Phinside the NFL top 10 big board, wide receiver big board, put in WR big board, and then it'll pop up. Go about 21 minutes in, the video starts, and then you'll hear what I think about everyone that I have in my top 10. So because it's an in-depth scouting report. So,
but forget Chase, man. Draft Devontae. And get Steve Young and Jay Rice again. That's all we need.
Even if he was 6'1", I wouldn't want him because he's not what we need right now. I don't need another high point guy. So, all right, guys. I will be back tomorrow night, and I will be going over the Florida and the LSU Pro Days. Because of that, my edge big board will now come on Thursday. Because the pro days aren't as heavy that day in terms of importance for us. So, y'all already know what time it is. Fins up all day, every day, baby. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Fins up.
Fins up.